that's like the first thing that gets the viewer, you as the viewer, a little, skeptical. Like, maybe this girl's a little cuckoo. Maybe she's a little cuckoo or whatever. But the main character, he may suspect that a little bit too, but I mean, a lot of the times he doesn't care. I mean, he's like, oh sweet, I don't care. She's gonna be living with me from now on. I'll be her new family, whatnot. Yeah. And then as the story goes on, you see a different side of the girl. You see this darker side. It's kind of like an audition, where the whole thing starts with that guy's trying to get a date, and then like the girl, that Asian woman that pops up and is like, "Oh hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Ching 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 what's up, tong?" I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. And it's like, hey, I'm gonna call you. Okay, I'll wait for your call. Sweet. And then it goes to a scene where it shows the girl like sitting in her room, staring at her phone, and you figure out, oh my goodness, she is insane. She's just wow. And that's kind of what's going on right here, except it doesn't exactly reveal everything that's wrong with this character. You just see that this girl is crazy, or she has like a crazy side. You just see that the viewer just sees that she's crazy, and a lot of times it's more of an aha moment, like, aha, she's crazy. We need to kill her immediately, or something like that. And sometimes the protagonist or the main character sees that, but a lot of the times he doesn't. Like whether or not he's just amazingly stupid, or he doesn't see she doesn't see her at home. And a lot of times he doesn't figure it out until it's too late. And then, it gets that scene where he goes inside, and then he opens the door, and it's like the door's open, she's not there, and suddenly, that'd be funny if like they play that in every shocker moment in any film. They would play that song whenever like something happened unexpected, kind of like a new twist on the classical dun 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 whatnot. And then the whole chase thing comes out, and then they kill the girl, or the girl gets away, or whatnot, and she does what she wants to do. And there's the final, a lot of times that final scary scene or whatnot, and then the movie's over, and then you have and then like you can't go to sleep that night. And that's basically all I can say about the entire film genre. That's my overall opinion on the whole thing. Now let's move on to video games. I'll say this to start. One of my favorite video game genres is the survival horror game genre. Like, most of the time when people ask me what my favorite video game genres are, I'll normally say RPG and fighter. But if you want to get into more detail and figure out what else I like, I'll say RPG and fighter, but I'll also say 3D platformers, RTSs, action and adventure games, puzzle games, and then occasionally, every now and then, I'll play the occasional racing and shooter games. But then I'll also say that I like survival horror, and that's like my third favorite. Like, my top 3 favorite video game genres are RPG, fighter, and survival horror. And one of my favorite survival horror game series is Clock Tower. The first one I played was Clock Tower 3. And I will admit, the reason why I got interested in it because of how Alyssa wears that school uniform, which I thought was quite attractive. I have a school uniform fetish, I'm not gonna lie. And I even remember the day I got it too. It was a day when like Media Play was like going out of business, and I bought 3 games through there. I bought Clock Tower 3, EverQuest 2, and Ark the Lad Twilight of the Spirits, and all 3 of them are good games. But I played Clock Tower 3. That was like the first one I played out of all 3 of them, I think. And it's pretty good. I mean, I'm at the final boss now. I'm not going to tell you who it is, just in case you haven't finished it yet and you don't want to be spoiled. But yeah, that's basically all I can say about it. It's not bad. And as you can tell from my commentary, I played the first one. Again, it's not that bad. But if I had to choose a favorite, even though I haven't played enough of it, I'm gonna say Clock Tower: The Struggle Within, or as you Japanese and diehard Clock Tower fans know it as, Ghost Head. From the way it looks, I think it could be my favorite. It just seems like it would be like that. I'll probably try and play it sometime if I ever get a chance. The one thing I really don't like about it is this cheat code that you can get. There's this cheat code where you can get a certain costume for a U. I call her a U because I don't want to confuse her for Alyssa in Clock Tower 3 because her English name is Alyssa Hale. So I don't want to get Alyssa Hale and Alyssa Hamilton confused. But anyway, there's this cheat code that you can do where you gets a school uniform, and that kind of, I don't know, it confuses me a little bit because take a look at Yu's costume in the cover art. It's the same costume that she wears in the game. Look at it. Doesn't it look like a school uniform? Yeah, it does. So I don't understand what's the point of giving you a school uniform costume when the outfit that she's wearing in the game is obviously a school uniform. Do most girls from California dress like that? I realize that in the Japanese version of The Struggle Within it takes place in Japan, but in the US version it takes place in California, so therefore it takes place in California. Whew. And so if that's the case, then I'd like to go. Could probably find myself a nice lady there. But anyway, then there's also the whole genre of what I'm going to call the horror shooter. You know, games like Fear or whatnot. And they're like the whole and those are probably a little more satisfying than regular horror games, because when the scary thing pops up, you can like shoot it and kill it, and that's kind of satisfying. Like I think in Fear you could actually kill Alma. Like I mean, there's like not really like killer like as far as like kill her and then like she's dead forever and there's no Fear 2. But I mean like you kill her in the and like she's like a boss and then like she reappears as something. I've seen the ending, don't worry. That's like the best ending to a game I've ever seen. I love that ending. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, just in case you haven't finished it, or you haven't played it, or whatever. But that those are pretty cool. But at the same time, it's not exactly as scary, because then it's like when something happens, like oh shit, kabam! I shoot the thing, and you know. That's okay that you get to shoot the thing, but again, you don't get much of a scare out of it. You get more of a shock, and then you kill the thing that's scary. It's like, yeah, you don't mess with me. You don't mess with me. Back away. Back away. Yes, right. But that's basically all I can say about the horror game genre. Although I do also need to mention the game Haunting Ground, which is going back to the survival horror genre. I think it used to be I heard that it used to be Clock Tower 4. It was supposed to be Clock Tower 4. It certainly looks like it, and it is made by Capcom. So you know, it's kind of a interesting thing. I'll have to play it sometime. It doesn't seem like it'd be the kind of game where it's like really scary. Like it just seems like kind of like a game that's not as scary. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, it didn't get good reviews, so it's probably not even that scary. Because when you play horror games, people want to get scared, and depending on how scary it is, also kind of determines how good the review is, or whatever. I don't even think that made sense. Never mind. Now that I'm done with that, let's kind of talk about some stuff that's happened recently in real life, like stuff that's happened to me. No, it's not anything scary. It's more of like something creepy that I saw. I really only have one thing because this has already taken a little too much time.